Hey.
Only halfway. We'll come in and out like this, like, hey, it's T-Boz time. Hey, it's Chase time. I guess we have to have it this way, huh? This way? Okay, hold on. We're going to rig this, okay, so nothing will fall.
Yeah, my tripod keeps sliding.
I know, our tripod sucked.
I look
so we just said, hold on, this could go like that. How about that? That's perfect. Yeah.
Yay. Okay, now we're not sucking.
Okay, give us 1 second. Hold on. I think it was down
Instagram live struggle.
Okay, now is that perfect?
Look, I'm like crooked because
that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait. This.
Nope.
Perfect. Is that good? That's better.
Hold on, I'm checking my tripod. Hold on. I'm trying to my chair will not go higher. Okay, is that good? Can you guys see me? Hey.
Hey.
All right, now I think we're good.
Your hair is so long.
You know what's funny? I'm a weirdo, and my hair was very, very long, so I wanted to measure it. So I literally bobby pinned a tape measure to my hair so I could see how long it was.
Well, how long was it?
27 inches. It was really long. And then I just got a trim the other day, and she wanted to cut my hair. She's like, 5 inches of your hair is damaged. I'm like, you are not cutting 5 inches of my hair. Like, we'll just make it work. So I cut off 2 because that's not happening.
Yeah, your hair's really pretty.
Thank you. How are you doing, Chase? I've been seeing you for 2 years.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, how have you been? I haven't seen you in 2 years.
I know. I've been pretty good for the most part. Can't complain too much.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to talk about this. Your mom was telling me the other day that you haven't opened up to anybody about what's been going on. So thank you for being comfortable to do that with me and your mom. So I think a lot of people will be inspired in more ways than one.
Thank you. No problem. Yeah. I'm excited to open up about it a little bit because I've been so quiet about it. So this is really my first time even ever talking about it outside my family.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm excited if I could help anybody just going from the things that I've been through, then that would mean a lot to me. So
I think it's amazing. So yeah, I guess we can just get started. I don't think it's really going to be interview per se. I don't really have the questions. I just love the conversation I always have with you, T. So I think the first thing is, so when we were trying to figure out what is it we're going to talk about, I've been able to host the sickle cell awareness benefit concert that you do every year, which I think is amazing. So I've always connected with you on that level. So we were saying, okay, how do we talk about how to cope with these life-threatening diseases, whether it's sickle cell, lupus, whatever it is, it's the same. But I wanted to really talk to you guys to be able to give advice to people who are, one, going through a life-threatening disease, or two, has a friend or family member and they don't know how to properly support them and what they can do to, feel better and help them to keep positive. So I guess we can start with T. Let's start with your journey, and then also we'll get into what Chase has been going through and how you've been able to take your experience and how you're helping your daughter with what she's going through right now.
I mean, coming from a person who was born sick, I think it's different a little when someone, grows up normal and then all of a sudden has cancer or their lupus flares. She lived 18 years basically, lupus free. But I felt like it was rearing its head early on. When she was 18 months, we were at the Trump Tower Hotel in New York. She stopped walking after she woke up from a nap.
We don't stay at Trump anymore, though, by the way. Just so y'all know.
Okay.
Yeah, 18 years ago. And when she ended up getting tested, they put her to sleep for leukemia, junior rheumatoid arthritis. Chance, go sit down. Go sit down. Wait. Okay, but sit down.
I can't believe how big he is now. The fact that you were telling him to sit down is hilarious to me.
I know, because he was a baby. You know, woke up. All her blood tests and results, you know, they tested her for 2 years straight. It kept looking like my mom's, which it kept saying antibodies are attacking itself, which my mom has lupus. And lupus and Sjogren's, which is a cousin to lupus, runs on her dad's side as well. So she got a double whammy of, you know, the disease genetically. She has lupus and Sjogren's. But I kept saying it's reading like my mom's, and the doctors made me feel stupid. Kids can't have lupus this young. But evidently that's not true, because it was showing us that it was in her body. It may not have come out full-fledged, but it was there. And as a parent, you know, they made me feel so stupid. You're not educated. You didn't go to school for this, you know, stuff like that. But I wish I would have like had the what is it, tenacity and stuff that I have now, because I'm way bolder. I'll cut the doctor out quick.
I was going to say, what would you have done now?
Yeah. And it's hard though, especially from me growing up with sickle cell and being in so much pain, and then finding out my daughter has a disease like mine and she's in a lot of pain. That's the last thing as a mother that I would ever have wanted for my child. So when it happened and they told us, you know, I have to always keep a straight face, but you feel broken inside, because as a parent, you always want to help your child. You always want to make it better, but that's one thing I can't fix no matter what I do.
Yeah.
So it left me feeling more so helpless. If
So,
that makes sense.
No, absolutely. So what, maybe there's people watching right now where maybe their child did test for the antibodies in it. So you say now that you would cuss the doctor out, what's advice you would have, whether it is cussing that doctor out, but what would be the proper steps to, is it taking more tests? Is it, you know, forcing them to, like, what is it that they can do differently that you wish you can go back 18 years from now and say to that doctor?
Go to a rheumatologist, I think.
Yeah.
And just go to like different doctors. I feel like, because I would like say it's always good to get like multiple opinions.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
I would always say it's good to get like multiple opinions, because there's a lot of times, there's been multiple times where like I haven't agreed with what a doctor told me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with like a lot of things a lot of doctors say. Like for like an example, like a doctor told my mom she didn't have sickle cell. So like, you know, so you never know. So like, I just feel like what helped me is when I finally found like a good doctor, and I went to a rheumatologist and he was able to diagnose me correctly.
And then Kate, sorry.
I would also say, see, she got an advantage because she's dealing with a person who is educated somewhat in the medical field as far as illnesses. Some people are helpless and don't know anything and feel like the doctor is their everything and their only answer. And that's not always true. And I'm going to say twofold what I mean. First, I mean, it's easier to get a pad and a paper and to write down all your symptoms.
Okay.
You are the only person that can advocate for yourself, because you know your body more than anybody else. You're the only person that is able to convey what happened to you. And it's real easy to forget what happened. So write it down. That way you won't forget. Write down what you took, write down how you felt, write down all your symptoms, all of that. Okay. So it is so important to find a doctor who cares about you as a person, meaning they have good bedside manners. If you walk into a doctor's office and he's a-hole, leave. Go find another one. He's not the one for you. If you go into a doctor's office and he makes you feel inadequate, insecure, not right, dumb, leave. Go find another one. Because you need somebody who cares about his patients as he would do his own family or friend. You need somebody who cares about a human being and wants to save your life and help you understand what you have, be thorough in explaining what you have, helping you understand what you have, and not be the doctor who thinks he's God, who has the God complex. I went to school. I know everything, because you catch that too. I had a doctor tell me, I'm trying to explain something to him about my child, and he's not listening. This idiot had the nerve to turn to me and say, hers is long-term, not like sickle cell, that's 2 or 3 days.
What? If you only knew what I went through in the hospital with these doctors.
And that's what's crazy. So how many doctors, Chase, did you go through until you found the doctor that you love and knows cares for you as if you were his or her own child?
I've been seeing doctors since I maybe was about 2. And I am 19, and I just literally the end of last year found a doctor that finally knew what he was talking about, you know. So it's really hard to find a good doctor. And I mean, when I was,
we're kind of still looking too, because you know, when you have lupus, you have to check your heart, you have to check your lungs, you have to check your spleen,
your blood,
you have to check your blood.
And it's just so many different types of doctors that like you have to go to. So as far as
we didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't know that until recently.
Let's start from the beginning how it happened. Our daughter was sick for she was in makeup school. She had graduated from high school. It fell. Yeah. She had graduated from high school. And here, come put this behind me. Hold on.
Oh, while they're fixing it, guys, anyone who's watching, if you do have questions for T-Boz and Chase, just submit it in the questions below, and we'll do a Q&A after our conversation.
Okay. So go. I'm not playing. Stop. Okay, so she was in makeup school. She had just graduated from high school. Throughout these last couple of years, she kept same thing when she was 2. Take a nap, stop walking for a week. Her legs would swell up, her feet would swell up, her lip would swell up, her eyelids would swell up. And I'm not talking about regular swell up, I'm talking like
swollen,
big, to where it's hitting her nose, unrecognizable kind of swelling. Her finger would be 4 times big.
I to the point where I couldn't even bend my finger. I couldn't even pick up a quarter remote.
And you think,
that's how bad it is.
Should she be taking Benadryl, or is she allergic to something, ibuprofen? But then she also has 2 ulcers on her esophagus and 2 on her stomach. She has acid really bad. So if you take anti-inflammatories, which you need to get the swelling down, then her stomach starts acting up and she's vomiting. So it was just crazy.
Cutting a break,
This one week, she was vomiting so much, and it was so bad. We went to the doctor at the ER, and they said she had GERD. And I'm like, GERD? What's GERD? And they said, when acid builds up and it comes up. Never heard of it, right? Yeah. It was totally not GERD.
And then they just kept saying, I would go to the ER because, something is wrong. You guys are going to tell me nothing's wrong with me. And so they kept just we don't know what we can do. There's nothing we can do. So, my dad took me to the ER one time, and he just, completely just had, a whole, thing. He was just this is ridiculous. He's
of course.
Screaming. He's screaming in the ER. Yeah. This is ridiculous. There's something wrong with her.
You have to almost lose it for them to really help you. So finally,
this lady had to sit down. And I'm calm down. Okay, we're gonna talk to you. And so they said
they recommended me to
this rheumatologist. It sounds like she has lupus. So. Come to find out, a friend of our doctor had tested her and said, yes, she does have some type of lupus. She does need to go to that doctor that the ER, referred her to. So find out she has lupus. But so mind you, all these years she's going without having any medication.
I have no idea that I have this. So
and she doesn't know how bad either.
Yeah.
We just are finding out she has some type of lupus and some type of Sjogren's. She genetically has it pretty bad because it's on both sides of the family. So she starts vomiting again. And I'm like, what is going
So it basically got to the point to where I literally was losing weight like so
Daily.
much daily. Like,
how much did you lose?
Like 2 to 5 pounds a day.
I lost
It had to be
50
like
pounds.
Yeah,
I lost about 50 pounds in like the span of like 3-4 weeks. Like, and it was just like,
so she's
I was
like
just dropping. Like, I looked like my face was sunken in.
Her eyes was sunken in.
Like,
her eyes were dark. Her back was folded
like,
over.
I couldn't.
So
I was throwing up every day. I had no energy.
So I'm stressed out. I had this show, but I wasn't feeling good. So when I get stressed out, my sickle cell starts bothering me. And Chili was not feeling well. We had this show, but I had this voice in my head that kept saying, do not leave. Do not go do this show. And I was like, I called Chili. Like Chase is sick. I'm not feeling good. And she was like, well, I don't feel good either. I was like, good. Let's cancel the show. So we canceled it.
Okay.
That same night, I have an IV team that I work with who comes to give me IV fluid at home for my sickle cell. I was like, can you give Chase a bag of fluid?
Because I had woken up that morning and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I moved.
Oh, yeah, she couldn't even roll over.
What? And I was like, I can't. Like, I have no energy. Like, I woke up, everything was dizzy. Like, I couldn't even stand up.
And I rolled her over and I gave her a B12 shot that I had because, you know, usually B12 shot would give you energy. She couldn't move her head hardly hold up. She mustered up enough strength to come downstairs, and I said, can you give her an IV? It's like the IV did nothing for her.
Like,
then they felt her pulse.
And I hardly had one.
And she hardly had one.
And, like,
so my brother carried her to the car. We rushed to the ER. When she got there, they was ripping off her clothes, like the triage.
12 doctors, stormed in.
Flying in the room. She had hardly no heartbeat. She had pneumonia. She had a liter, like the liter of soda that you drink, a liter of fluid on her left lung. So she couldn't breathe on her own. Your hemoglobin is supposed to be around 15, 16 if it's good. Sicklers, if I'm a healthy sickler, between 10 and 13, like my stage between 11. Hers was a 6.6. She needed 3 blood transfusions. And now, mind you, she can't even push up like this. Like, she can't sit up and go like this. Nothing. Yeah. So she was I didn't know she was so sick, like she could have died. So, and she didn't know that either.
They didn't tell me until later. Yeah. They didn't want me to just freak out and panic in the moment.
How do you just even telling that story? I can't imagine on both ends. As a mom, I can't imagine. How do you stay calm in that moment? So I'm sure it was crazy. And then Chase being in there, it's like, what advice is it like with parents? So if you're going through that, so Chase, for you, what was it like? What helped you calm, or were you freaking out the whole time, or was there anything that was just helping you to try to like stay focused and not panic so much, or was it just also because that is a lot to deal with and you can't know unless you actually experience it? So how do you handle that as a parent, seeing that and then being there and then seeing your parent watching you and not knowing what's going on?
Well, my mom always taught me to stay calm.
Okay.
And I've always been with her, like, when she's been in the hospital throughout the years. And just saw how she dealt with things. And, like, when you freak out and you panic, it just makes it worse. Mm-hmm. And I also have a really high tolerance for pain. So I guess, and then, like, just knowing my mom was there helped me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, my mom, like, I don't know, like, I feel like more comfortable when she's around.
Me, I'm pretty calm.
And she's calm.
I'm a good person to have with you in a pain situation or like an emergency, because I don't really freak out. I never have. I'm the person that thinks about what I went through later and then I freak out. Like, oh my God, after it's over. But if like you're in an emergency and you need my help, I'm so there for you. And I don't really panic. I always stay calm. But as a mom, I'm trying to understand, what do you mean she has pneumonia? I'm trying to understand. I'm like, is this one of these doctors that knows what he's talking about? I'm trying to decipher, does he know what he's talking about? And I'm looking at her dad, and he's like, pneumonia. And I was like, yeah, she has no symptoms of pneumonia. Anybody else? And when I've had pneumonia, you're coughing, you're hacking. Like, what's going on? But what happened was the liter of fluid was masking all of the symptoms she should have had. And it wasn't a normal kind of pneumonia. It was associated with lupus called pneumonitis. So it was a certain type of pneumonia that only came with lupus. So once they drained, which is messed up, they had to drain my child's lungs 6 times because the fluid kept coming back. They sat her up wide awake. They take this long needle. You see my fingers?
Yes.
And they take this jar that's a liter, like, you know, like when you buy soda.
Mm-hmm.
And they give her some lidocaine shots in her back,
Which, by the way, does nothing.
Is a joke. And then they stick this needle and pop. You can hear it pop through her rib cage, pop through her lung tissue, and then it just pours out like pee.
Yeah.
And I took a video of it because I ain't never in my life seen anything like this before. I was like, what the F is this? Like, what is going on? So the best, so my thing was, I don't like feeling uneducated. And I know also that God makes something for everything on earth. There's something to help cure everything. Everything. Yeah. I know there is. You just have to find out what, you know what I'm saying? What that holistic thing is. But I have to first understand what I'm dealing with. So that's what I had to do first. And the best way to describe lupus is when you have white blood cells, your white blood cells job, like, that's why when we go to, like, catch a virus or something, your white count is elevated when they take your CBC, when they take your blood. So your white blood cell count is to go attack whatever virus is in your body, coronavirus, the flu, whatever. But with lupus, there's no virus. It's just that you're stressed out, or, you know, you're having a flare up, like you may have eaten something wrong. Mm-hmm. So she's going 18 years eating a certain way. Now she has to just wipe out everything she's ever liked. You know what I'm saying? Now this can kill you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So your white blood cells basically come out to attack what they think is a virus, but that's their immune system. That's their organs. That's their body. So it's attacking your body. It's attacking your heart tissue. It's attacking your lung tissue. It's attacking your spleen. Like it's attacking everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why people with lupus don't make it, because your white blood cells are coming out thinking they're attacking something good to get rid of it, but it's not. It's attacking their immune system, basically turns on themselves. So they put my child on a cancer chemo drip of infusion and another one called Benlysta. Then it's so many side effects, like the same as a cancer patient would have.
It just
it broke her down.
It made me feel terrible, tired. All my hair fell out. Like I'm used to having like thick hair. Like my hair is like way thinner than it used to be.
Her hair was coming out by
like to where I would wipe my makeup off, my whole eyebrow.
Her eyebrow would come off.
Came off.
Like,
and I was like,
I'm like, yo, like, she got lupus. You like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Why is she on a chemo? Like, we had to leave the pneumonia floor, and she was in the hospital for a month and a half, and we had to go down to the chemo floor. Now we're on oncology? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're like, well, only, people in oncology can administer this special drug that we need to give her. And I'm totally not understanding, but you're at the beck and call of these doctors at the time, because like, these are the people that my child's life is in their hands. And this is the part that pisses me off. So this is where the stereotypical stupid doctor comes in. He goes, oh, you're 19. It's an opioid epidemic. And people your age are just addicted to drugs. So my daughter's over here in pain. And he's sitting over here saying because she's her age, she's just automatically a crackhead. Oh, but yeah, she's in excruciating pain and needs the medicine. But he looks at her and goes, how old are you? You're 19. Yeah, it's an opioid epidemic. See, this is what pisses me off. Opioids ain't no different than they always been. It ain't like no new rat poison is in it. It's just that they're cracking down on the doctors for giving it too much. And so now, because there's crackheads who got issues, you're telling my child she can't have medication, or if she asks for medication, she's a crackhead now?
Yeah. And I was in no, and so he because my original doctor I had, he went on vacation. So this doctor came in. He had no idea what he was doing, no idea what he was talking about. He just stripped me of everything and was like, oh, you go home. I ended up in the ER that same night again and ended up in the hospital for another month because he took me off of everything way too early. I was in no shape to go home. I couldn't, because they were saying like, oh, well, we have to get addicted.
So,
and, you know, but it's like, if you need it, you need it. You know what I'm saying? And
but if she had an addicted nature, she would have been addicted. She got two parents that are in the industry. She would have been a crackhead. She can get any kind of medication.
I would not have to go to the
exactly. I'm like that. So then, what did he say? Like when you guys were saying, like, are you serious? Like, were you able to get it after the fact, or did you just go back to when your doctor came back?
We're sleep deprived.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in a chair. I'm sitting in a chair asleep. They wake you up to check your vitals every 5 seconds. I had to go out there, put signs on the door. Don't come in here and wake her up no more. Like, y'all done kept her up. Like, how can she ever get better?
Yeah. It'll be 5 to 6 in the morning. We're here to take your blood. Like,
yeah, and I'm talking to the doctor, you know, because I'm like telling them logic, what they should already know. I said, first of all, how do you have her on a regimen that works? Somebody goes on vacation and assigns somebody who does not even know my daughter's case, didn't even take the time to know her. She's just 19 and there's an opioid epidemic, but you don't know Chase with opioid. Exactly. That's what you factor in, is this situation case by case and what the issue is, not what all the teens her age is doing, because I can care less what the child at the street was doing. I don't care. I care about what mine is doing right now. So I'm halfway with an attitude, but I have to check my mouth because this is the food that's in charge of my kid over the weekend until the other doctors who got some common sense come back. This idiot doesn't even have respect enough to walk in the room when you meet him. He's on the way. I called him Dr. Jim because he came in with a burgundy sweatsuit on. No, a blue sweatsuit on with a stethoscope in his pocket, with a sweatsuit, going to the gym with some burgundy sneakers, no white coat. I didn't even know he was a doctor. He's like, hi, I'm Dr. Blah Blah. And I was just like,
we could say his name. I don't even care.
Dr. Shannon. Can't stand him. Everybody in the hospital couldn't stand him. Everybody in the ER was like, he's here. Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon. Never get Dr. Shannon. He is the absolute worst. He doesn't listen. And the rheumatologist, there's only one because the hospital is doing renovations and merging with Cedars-Sinai. So Providence only has one rheumatologist. And this is the dummy that told me, oh, her lupus is different from sickle cell, which only lasts a couple of days. My lifetime, you mean my long time, no cure for my disease? We ate the same type of disease, autoimmune, nothing. Come on, everything about both of these diseases have a lot in common. We ate the same. We have sharp pains the same. I mean, we have the triggers that make us sick the same. It's so much autoimmune, like both of our immune. So basically, they strip my child's immune system once a month. So we just got your bin listed treatment when?
Like 2-3 days ago.
On Tuesday. We have to go once a month to get her hooked up to an IV to take this long infusion once a month that makes her feel like crap. You can't be sick when you take it. They totally strip my child of her immunity. So when people ask, how are you doing a pandemic and how's quarantine? My mom, to mention at the same time, had just got done with radiation. So my mom has breast cancer. So I'm dealing with knowing my mom. We don't know her cancer is completely gone because now it's a pandemic. She had radiation 5 days a week for a whole month, which is a lot. And the lady said there will be coloration on her breast, but they basically gave my mom 3rd-degree burns, like somebody took her titty and blew it up in a fire. Like, that is way different than what this lady explained to me is about, you know, discoloration. So, you know, my mom's super strong and, you know, she's, you know, rolling around in her scooter because she's handicapped. Like, I'm good. She's up here watching Chase and stuff too. And Chase, you know, we figure out the disease a little bit. We get her out the hospital, and we're now trying to figure out the medicines, what really works, what doesn't. She was on 18 medications when she came home. She was on a lot of meds. She was super swollen, and I explained to her, I said, Chase, you know, you have an advantage because your mom been sick her whole life. You're going to go into the hospital with one issue, and you're going to come out with many others, because they know that they're giving you medicine to get rid of one thing, but they're causing something else. So she came out with edema of the ankles and legs, which is swelling. She came
Like,
out
I
with
look
so
like
many
I
other
look like
things.
a balloon. Like
Yeah.
my grandma was like, Chase, when you walk, you can literally see the water in your body. Like it was just like because I had so many fluids and everything. Like my whole body was just like water. Like it was insane.
Well, one, both of you, it's so inspiring to just hear and actually see like how strong both of you are. See you as a mom and a daughter taking care of your family, and I already know how on top of it you are with like appointments, and then just being able to deal with that stress. And then Chase, you're only 19 years old, but even despite what happened, and even though your life changed so quickly and you're now recovering, you still had the courage to continue like building your brand and going after your dreams. And there's people who can't even do that when they're not dealing with actual life-threatening diseases and, you know, everyday problems. So it's two questions. So T, how do you manage stress? And you know, you said that you stayed calm all the time, but do you have anything like maybe in your daily routine? Is it like prayer? Is it going for a walk?
Yeah, I mean, I stay prayed up, but I mean, we just got in an argument before we had the interview. Like, first of all, the medicine makes her cranky, and the disease itself makes her emotional. She's already way more emotional than average I am, but the medicine makes her emotional, and then the disease makes her emotional. Then I'm stressed, and we get on each other's nerves sometimes. So sometimes
It's also,
have,
you know, we've been stuck in the house together for
yeah,
months.
Yeah.
like like over stuff that, I mean, but we're not the kind, like, are you still mad at me?
No,
I'm not still mad
I'm not
at
mad
her.
at her. She annoys me sometimes,
And
but
she gets on my nerves too.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I have to remember, okay, she's grouchy because she doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
She's 19. She can't eat the things that she used to like. Now we can't have pasta, but they do have some great new alternatives. Like, what is it made from? Chickpeas. It's made from chickpeas. It tastes just like pasta. So there's some brands that, you know, we're in the trial and error stage, and then she'll remember, like, yeah, you know, it's stressful for me as a mom because I have a toddler who has no one to play with. He's 4 years old. I feel bad because Chase grew up in a community where there was a whole bunch of kids in Sugarloaf. We had water slides. We had 3 restaurants in our subdivision. We had family nights. All the kids would play while the parents talked. Like, she grew up with, like, street parties. Yeah, she had an awesome childhood. She had street parties. I would like have petting zoos, rock climbing walls for adults and kids. I would have trains that went up the street. But on the other hand, my son, we live in an area where my neighbors are prejudiced. They don't like Black people in front of us. The lady on side of us, on the right side of us, seems nice, but she has problems with her teen son. The people on the left of us, the wife is a bia, and the husband is nice and waves, but she called the police on my tour bus, so I don't like her. And
You're calling out everyone. I love it.
Yeah,
I hope they hear it too. And so, like, my son has nobody to play with. And he just started school 2 days a week. So he just started making friends, but nobody I can say I can trust as T-Boz to come to my house. And plus, I have sickle cell, my mom cancer. Chase gets her immune system suppressed every month, so nobody can come see us. No one can come in our house. So when we did that iconic TLC show, they were like, with the CW and iHeart, they were like, can I send the guy with a mask? Hell no, you can't send no guy with no mask to come to my house. I said, you better send some directions on how to, and I'll shoot my own TV part segment because you ain't coming up in here. Like, you know, And that's what pisses me off about people. I'm totally fine staying in quarantine
Mm-hmm.
because our lives are on the line. We could die if we caught it. So for me, it's my life. And so for people walking around saying, I don't want to wear a mask, I want to slap them silly.
Yeah, like, would you rather be
Like,
on a ventilator? Like,
Exactly.
and it's not all about you. You're being selfish. It's about people like us. What about us pre-existing condition type people? What about the people whose lives can be on the line? What about the people who could die from this? And so, like, when me and my friend were talking, he was like, we were like, yeah, it's no different than saying wear a condom so you won't catch AIDS, gonorrhea, crabs, whatever. That's like you saying, I want to die. I want my dick to fall off, my coochie to burn. I want AIDS. I want it all. You wouldn't say that. You would just wear a condom while you had sex. So what's the difference of protecting yourself from coronavirus? Just wear the mask, shut the hell up, and let's just get over it. The reason why none of this is going away is because people won't do right. They won't listen. And for the black people, I tell you, open a mall, hair salon, nail salon, and the liquor store, they coming out. In the club, you ain't got to worry about it. So white and black people ain't listening. We all need to stick together like Rodney King. Wear the mask. Yes, I get hot. I have asthma now. Like, yeah, it's hard to breathe. So what? But I know it's for only like this 1 hour that I'm out and then go home. But just if we all could listen, like, I think the George Floyd and what do you call it? The riots and the protests back. People were out reckless together. It was for a good cause, but they still should have kept safety as far as, you know, the masks and all that. They're sitting up there having rallies like, oh, we don't want to wear masks. Masks are only for dogs and slaves. I caught that one, Pepper. She was trying to get some little, you know, racial thing up in there too. That Karen when she said that. But I'm sick of these Karens having tantrums, throwing grocery carts at people and shopping carts. And a Karen got one time, I'm telling you, one time to play with me with no mask. I'm slapping her. Promise. Any Karen who want to play with me, please, this is your invitation. I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap a permanent mask across your mouth. I wish somebody would. I don't have time for it.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm just saying. I'm tired of people. They get on my nerves. So I'm just saying. My mom over there saying, yeah, but I'm serious. I just gave every Karen an invitation.
Mom.
I'm just saying, you got one time to not wear no mask and throw something at me because I said put one on. I'm going to give you a permanent one.
That's why I wanted to have this conversation, because it's you. There's people who are being ignorant to what's going on in the world because they don't know it firsthand. So that's why this was such an important conversation to have with you guys, because there are people who are in situations similar to yours where it's you, like, we're messing that up and making it worse and not being considerate of that. So I'm happy that you went on that and called everybody out, and I'm definitely clipping that just so it can go on Instagram. So, okay, so I see there's about 8 questions in the Q&A. So before we get into that, there's a few things I want to cover before we get into that. First thing, so what advice do you have for people who have a family or friend and how to help them cope with a life-threatening disease, especially if they don't understand it firsthand? Maybe it is some do's or don'ts.
Everybody is different and everybody's personality is different. I'm gonna charge my phone. Some people
I forget my charger.
Be there for somebody and not even talk. Sometimes just to be there. Okay. Just to be there sometimes. Scooch you over. Just to be there sometimes is you know, is good. Like, I know when I was sick, you know, just waking up, seeing my mom, my daughter, and my brother, because they all take turns watching me. That's the best medication, is to know my family's just even there. But based on that person's personality, some people like to talk. But that's paying attention to your friends and attention to detail. If you know your friend needs to be there, just listen. You don't always have to talk. Just be there for whatever they need. if you know that person doesn't have somebody to run errands, be that person to say, you know what, I'll go get your groceries. I'll wipe them off for you, put them up. I'll babysit your child, your dog, whatever that person needs, just be there. If it's an ear, be that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't have compassion for things they don't understand. Things that they've never been through, they don't get. But sometimes you have to take yourself outside of your body to like my mom had to work on me because I have a high tolerance for pain and I've been through a lot. So I don't like weak people. Like I used to have a real issue with weak people because I'm not weak. I'm just not. I'm not a weak person. I don't complain. Oh, I have a cold. But to somebody else's world, a cold is a big deal. Like to them, that's the end of the world. But after I done left ICU, almost died, and been in a coma, a cold to me is a joke. You know what I'm saying? But to them, I have to take my time and go, well, you know what? To them, that is a big deal, and be compassionate based on who I'm dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So I'll go, okay, so a cold is a big deal to you. So I'm so sorry you're sick. Would you like me to get you some NyQuil? You know what I'm saying? So I try to understand people and who they are. And I try to gauge it on who I'm dealing with. Because my delivery used to be terrible on how I used to tell people things. It's still not good. I'm still working on it. Because I'm just not a sensitive person. And I don't know. I have a no tolerance button when it comes to just dumb stuff, like girls who cry over the same thing with their man, begging men and stuff like that.
She
I
just
don't
has
like
no
that.
compassion.
In that area, I'll never get that. And I think it's like pathetic to beg a man. Like, what are you, girl? If you don't pick your foot, get up off the floor. You know what I'm saying? That irks my inner soul. Like, it bothers me. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of weak women out there who will beg, I need you, I can't live. Girl, if you can get over a disease, death, somebody dying, you can get over a man or a woman. You better pick your face up and get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand that. So I'm working on my delivery on how I deal with dumb people.
Progress, baby steps, Chase. I love that. I mean, your mom's been giving so much great advice. What's one of the best pieces of advice that your mom's given you, whether it's, you know, dealing with this or just maybe relationships or just anything in life?
Just to always just like keep my head up and stay strong and just keep going no matter what, I think was her best piece of advice for me. She always taught me to like, and to stay humble too, you know, because I feel like a lot of people are just like not the best, you know what I'm saying? They're really mean. And you know what I'm saying? So like, and that's why like another thing too, like growing up with like parents like who are in the industry, like a lot of people just automatically assume I'm like the worst person or like, you know, that I'm mean or like, and I'm like, and then when they meet me, they're like, oh, you're way nicer than I thought you were going to be, or, you know, whatever. So I think that that's always important, to stay humble and to keep my head up and stay strong. And those are like the 3 things she taught me that are important.
Love that. T, everyone's commenting in the chat saying that they love what you're calling people out.
You said they're what?
This one with like angry T is great. I just see it all in the comments. So you were going off. You need to like go live or do something like T-Boz T or something and just call everybody out. Just every day.
I know. Well, you know, I just, you know, after my brain tumor, honestly, that's when it really kicked in. I just figured, you know, I almost died for the last time. I'm sick of almost dying. So this is it. Okay. And I just don't have no anything in me to hold any of it in. If I don't like you, I just say, I don't like you. So I remember I was on a date with my ex-boyfriend, right? And there's this girl, she was so mean to me all the time. She never talked to me. She was a groupie hoe. You know how they be doing. Yeah. And so she never used to talk to me. And she was nice to my brother, KO, too. And I was just like, okay. So she did it twice. It was 2 different occasions. So the first time we're at a restaurant, she comes up and says, hey, to Takio. And this speaks to me. And this is when me and him was first getting to know each other. So he thought I was crazy. I looked up at her and I said, ho, I know you did not say hi. You ain't never said hi before. So don't be sitting up here saying hi now. Don't say hi ever. okay? Because you're cool with him. Me and you still ain't cool. I don't like you, okay? I don't have time to be harboring bad feelings, so I just be letting these hoes know. So then she gonna come up and say, hey to KO and then speak to me. I said, but see here, now you want me to almost throw bows or something. I almost want to reach out and touch you. You know what I'm saying? Like, pep, because I've told you, I don't like you. You don't like me. And because you're cool with my brother, don't pretend that you're okay with me. You're not. You never spoke to me before, so don't speak now. That makes me want to slap your teeth out. Like, don't do that. Just keep it like it is. I don't like you. You don't like me. Let's be what we gonna be. Say hi to him and keep it moving. And that almost made me want to like, but I was like in 1992, pre-Chasing Chance said don't hit her. And so then I said, shakalaka, boom, boom, woosah. And then I did it. So, you know, Chasing Chance have helped me calm down a lot. And all my moms, Tia, you know you shouldn't be doing
Chance
and
has
all
helped
of
her
that.
calm down a lot because
What? Okay, she's been in some
she's
tough out
like
situations.
way better with Chance than she ever was with me. Just know.
It's always like that though with the first shot. It's like the experience of all right, and then I was just having that conversation. I was saying like, yeah, with my brother, I'm like, he definitely had it like less rules than me because I was the first child, and then the second one comes.
She swears that I'm just a pushover with Chance. But okay,
he gets away with
okay, but question. The times that I did snap on people, just be honest.
I mean, she had a valid reason.
Thank you.
She did. She had a valid reason to. But like,
but when she was young, I'll never forget this. And you remember when you was about 7, and remember I pushed you back into the cans, and that man kept trying to take a picture. Then she gonna sit up here and say, "Mommy, do you think Britney Spears?" This is before Britney shaved her head off and went crazy. She's like, "Mommy, do you think Britney Spears would ever do something like that?" I was like, "What?"
I was just giving an example because she was like, "Sir, I'm gonna throw your phone. I'm gonna throw your phone." And she like knocked this man's phone out of his hand.
But listen, this is when flip phones was still in. This is before social media.
Early 2000s.
I had just got out the hospital, so that means I was kind of grouchy because medication makes you grouchy when you're coming off of medicine and you just don't feel good. And I had to run to the store with my daughter to get something. This man kept coming up to her, "Oh, that's your daughter. She's so pretty. I want to take a picture." I said, I said, "She ain't the one that signed up to be on TV. Don't be doing that. Don't take no picture of my kid." What some grown man need to be taking a picture of my 7-year-old anyway? And so he gonna open his little flip phone out, slapped it back. "Bruh, don't take pictures." And I got a 3-time limit. The 3rd time I said, "Bruh, okay, you." I pushed Chase into I knocked Chase into the cans. Like, "Move, Chase." I knocked her down the aisle because your mom's about to show out. I said, "Bro, you got one more time to open that phone, I'm gonna throw your phone." Did I throw the phone?
You pushed it out his head.
I did think I pushed it. I slapped it down and pushed it and told his wife, "You better get your husband because it's about to get crazy up in here. I'm about to fight your husband." Like, because I'll fight a man. Like, don't be sitting here trying to take no pictures. How I know you ain't no Chester, child molester, Peter Piper up in here, woo, 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 trying to get to my baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that. So I think everything I have ever cussed out is justified. You know what I'm saying? Every time. Sitting there. Except for the one in the mall. Maybe I took that far, but that was about it.
The one you just, the story you just told, a different mall one?
No, it's a different one. The one in the mall when I held up all the traffic.
Wait, I need to hear this one because if you yourself are saying you took it too far, like now you have to tell it before we can.
Well, I don't feel well.
She was in the mood.
I was in the mood because Chili had just got on my nerves, and you know, group members do that sometimes, and sisters and stuff. So she had said something. I hung up on her like she made me sick. So
we're in the mall.
We're in the mall parking lot, and you know how like you put on my brother and his girlfriend at the time were sitting. So she was sitting on the passenger side, Chase is beside me, and I'm sitting behind the driver, which is my brother, and so. You put your blinker on to wait for the person to back out so you can just come in. That's all we was doing.
Yeah.
So this lady wants to get behind us, and she don't just do no regular hump. She goes, bah! She just holds it. So for some reason, that noise set me off. I said, "Who the F is blowing the horn?" And so then I went down the whole aisle. No, but I went down the whole
trying to fight people. She went down the whole aisle of cars. Going, "F you, F you, F you, F you, F you."
Who's doing it? So so the lady decided to tell me who was doing it because I'm like, F you, F you. I went down to each car. It had to be about 8 of them and did this. And whoever was the one who got a problem with us waiting to get into this parking lot, do something.
So she would just not get back in the car. I was like, can you get in the car so the park, please?
I got mad and said, ain't nobody parking today and ain't nobody going nowhere. So I opened the door and I put my feet up and I laid back with my feet on the door like this and said, we all gonna sit here today. So
for literally like 20 minutes, we're like, can you please put your foot back in the door?
No, we all sitting here because she wouldn't shut up. So these teenagers was going past in the car. They just went around laughing like, you crazy, you crazy. So after I felt like it was time to park, I took my foot off the door, shut the door, and said, okay, now we can go.
Someone commented someone did that to me. It was T. No,
y'all know I ain't never did that to y'all. I have always been nice to everybody.
I gotta grab my charger. Hold on.
They know this.
That is so funny. Wait, you got the best stories. And it's funny because it's like well, I've never done anything to piss you off, so I've never seen that side. So hearing these stories are hilarious because it's like, well, I'll never see that, but I love hearing like the moments of what causes that.
But people I care about, I just tell you how I feel. I mean, you can get emotional and upset about it and not like what I said, but then I'm okay after I say it. I'll be like, my cousin Barb will tell you, I'll cuss her out, say what I have to say. And then
Barb
be like,
is in here. I saw Barb call me a couple times.
Barb tell the truth. And then I'll be like, Barb, you want to go eat? And she'd be looking at me like, you just cussed me out. I'm like, so what? Let's go. I'm hungry.
I'm still hungry.
Yeah, I got it off my chest. Like, it should be all
over. Everyone said, I forgot they cut you off after an hour. How long have we been on?
Oh, they do cut you off?
Yeah, they cut you off and then you have
almost an hour.
Yeah. It is. What time is it?
3:55.
Okay, yeah, we got 5 more minutes.
I have some. Well, I wanted her to show her makeup line so everyone can see it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll start telling you about it until she comes back. The name of her line, I named my daughter Anela is her middle name. It means it means angel in Hawaiian. Okay. Because she was my miracle baby because I was told I couldn't have kids. So she named it Anela Beauty. Okay. And first she wanted to start off slow. I see Barb laughing. She started off slow with lipsticks and they stay on all day. They're good. Like, not because she's my daughter, but I just want y'all to know, like, because people was like, you're a rich kid. He started. No, my daughter, and that's a stupid comment for people to make. Let me clear that up too, because it has nothing to do about who her parents are. She's a hardworking child who did her own photography, her own packaging, her own logo. She built her own website. She worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She does her own everything. It has nothing to do with me. With her own money that she saved up. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I just think that's dumb because there's some people, what if I was a crackhead and smoked up all the family money? What then? She's supposed to just be sorry and be like, I was not going to have no makeup because my mom. No. Y'all just be saying dumb stuff. Like, if you a hater, just think of a better hating conversation or comment, because y'all be looking dumber than dumb.
We got 5 minutes. So basically, this is what my makeup looks like when you get it. So it comes in this box. And these are 2 of my favorite colors, which are Chase and Dough, but this is what they look like. And they are vegan and cruelty-free. So if you guys want to go shop, go to shopanelabeauty.com. And the link is in my bio. And I see Chambry said the lipstick, but she said the lipstick glides on, the gloss is so moisturizing. Yes, guys, my glosses are moisturizing. They're not sticky and they smell good. And the liquid matte lips are like super long lasting and they're like all day, like literally. So like, and they smell good and they like glide on smooth.
Then
and
you just come out with eyelashes too.
Yes, I just come out eyelashes too, which are faux mink. That's how you pronounce it, right? Faux?
There are 3 different types, and for people like me, they have some natural ones that just kind of go out with like the end extending. But why won't you tell them what I want you to tell them? But that's up to you. I think it's dope though.
It's a secret right now.
But it,
So whatever, but she also came out with Anela's Closet, and she got some bomb jewelry on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that just started. But yeah, so I'm also gonna release my lip liners soon, which look like this.
the packaging looks so good, like so good and so professional.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think she did a great job.
Thank you. I
The lip
appreciate
liners,
it.
like I wear the lip gloss for real because I like them, and you know, especially when I perform, I love the. Oh, you came out with highlighters too.
Yeah.
I love when I perform because the highlighter stays on even when I sweat, and the lips, you know, because you always have to go to your quick change and put on. I don't have to do that with her. Is it the matte lips?
Yeah,
because I suck when it comes to makeup. It stays on my whole performance.
I don't know what to do with it. I don't have anything. I'm like, I gotta step it up. So I'll hit up Chase and be like, what do I need to do?
Thank you.
Yeah. But you're naturally pretty anyway, so you don't need a lot. You know
Thank you. It says 1 minute and 56. I've never been on for this long. Okay, so yeah, it says 1 minute 52. Chase, tell them like where they can order it. So that should they just go on your Instagram, your website?
So my Instagram is Chase Rollison, so ChaseRollison, and Shop Anela Beauty, which is Shop and then Anela's Anela. Beauty is my Instagram name for my Instagram, but it's also in my bio. So the link for the website and both my companies are in my bio. So you guys can go shop that right now. But everything I have on my website, guys, is vegan and cruelty free. So no animals were harmed in the making of any of this. You know what I'm saying? So everything is vegan and cruelty free.
I love
and
it.
she did everything herself.
Yes, and I worked hard. I
all
worked
those
so
TikTokers
hard.
who be like, "Oh, is
Yeah.
she somebody's daughter?" That has nothing to do with it, dummy.
Gee,
Well,
you
that's
seriously
stupid.
please
That's
go live
stupid.
more. You both need to just go live together like every day on Instagram. Make it a thing because this was way too funny. And
My mom said I should. She'd be like, "Tia, don't be no. If you say something stupid, you stupid. You know."
Well, for everyone who joined, I will save this. I'm going to download the video too so that we can have these clips because it was great. Thank you both so much. I love your guys' bond and your relationship. Chase, you are so strong, and thank you for sharing your story.